Hey friends, hey guys, welcome to today's vlog. I'm actually nervous to film this. I was like just saying to, because I am also daily vlogging today, which you'll see in a couple days, but I was also saying to my friends, y'all, future selves, I'm freaking nervous to film this. I'm a little nervous to film this. I asked on my Instagram, which if you're not on my Instagram, why are you not on my Instagram? Be on my Instagram. It's linked down below all the time. Go there. I said, ask me juicy questions. What did I say verbatim? Because I want to like say it because y'all. I just said, ask me the juiciest question you can think of. And when I said that, I wasn't even, my mind didn't even go to like dirty things. But guess what 95% of my questions are? Dirty stuff. Y'all are real interested in what happens in this home between my husband and I. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's like very National Geographic or something, like because we're both chunky. Well, we're both fat. I mean, I don't like to say the F word, but like we're fat. So maybe that's why. It's like curiosity. I don't know. But yeah. Pretty much all my questions were a lot. I won't say all because I got some really good ones that we're gonna answer. But like, let's just get this out of the way because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people asked me how often my husband and I do the nasty. That's so gross. Don't say that word. How often we, you know? I'm not gonna even go into detail. Just know we live a very happy, healthy, that we're good there, but we're good and often. Okay, thanks. So let's get straight into the other questions. I want to just get that out of the way because a lot of you are super interested. We're good here. Thank you so much. But I also got some really like controversial, juicy questions about YouTube and stuff. So we're just gonna hop right in. The very first question is, who is your least favorite YouTuber? My least favorite YouTuber. Here's the thing about YouTubers. I don't have a least favorite because if I don't like you, I don't watch you, and I don't watch as much YouTube as I used to. But I'm gonna have to go with like the standard, like I don't like Jake Paul or Logan Paul or any of those Pauls. I don't like them. He's probably my least favorite YouTuber. I don't have anybody that I'm just like, ugh. Really, not particularly. I do, but I just don't watch them. You know what I mean? But like, we're just gonna go with the safe answer. I don't like Logan Paul. I think he's a turd. Don't come for me if you're a Logan Paul fan. Please, gosh, don't come for me because I know. There's like, they're hardcore. Someone said in the shower or in the tub. I like to take showers. That's what I'm gonna have to assume you're asking. I'm a shower girl. Thank you. What is your biggest fear for the future? I think my biggest fear for the future is probably not living long enough to make sure that Ella's okay. I think that's my #1 fear. I think that's a lot of autism parents' fear. I have dreams pretty often about dying. I know it's super dark, guys, sorry. But I have fears that I won't be here long enough to make sure she's taken care of. That's like my #1 fear. And fearing dying is kind of dumb because we all die. And I mean, I don't mean to burst anybody's bubble, but like nobody gets out of here alive. You know what I mean? So I think it's a pretty irrational fear, and I'm really good at doing the whole irrational fear thing. But that's my biggest fear. It's just making sure that, I just want to make sure she's good and taken care of before I leave this earth. So my biggest fear is her not being good and taken care of in my eyes well enough before I pass. Do you like that? Emotional Lauren right there. I just want to make sure my kid's good. My biggest fear is that she's not going to be set up enough before I pass on to another land. So that's why I grind, work, trying to do all the things to make sure I can set my baby up for life so I don't have to stress, I don't have to worry about it. I just want to make sure she's good. That's my #1 thing in life, is making sure my kid is all good in the hood. The shade. You seem so nice. Is there a friend you really can't stand? Spill the tea, sis. What's the point of having friends if you can't stand them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have friends that I can't stand, because if I did, then I wouldn't be around them. I would never say I can't stand them. I love them. I have moments with a lot of people that or I'm like, ugh, or like I get annoyed. But that, like my husband, like me and my mom have moments like that. I mean, like that's pretty much with anybody. I'm not friends. I'll just, like, short answer, I'm not friends with anyone that I can't stand, because I'm not good at faking it. And if you are my friend, pretty much you'll know when you're annoying me or when I have some sort of feeling towards you 99% of the time. Because I have a big mouth, and I don't like hold things in very well, like at all. I just don't. Wish I could, honestly, because it's more appropriate to not, you know, but I just can't. My mouth just doesn't, it just doesn't. So I don't have any friends that I can't stand. They're not my friend if I can't stand them. They're not in my life, period. Period. Are you threatened by anyone? Oh, good question. Am I threatened by anyone? Beyonce. I think I'd get real nervous around her. I think, honestly, I'm not threatened by anybody. And that's not me being like, I'm not threatened by anybody, but I don't feel threatened by anyone. Not that I've met yet. Beyonce, I think I'd be threatened to meet her because she's like Beyonce, you know what I mean? But I don't, here's the thing. If you're threatened by someone, that's an insecurity in you. You know what I mean? So I try to be really self-aware. That's like what I've been working on for the last 5, 6, 7 years, to be self-aware. There are times in my life I've been threatened by lots of people. They're prettier, they're smarter, they're more successful. My mindset really changed when I realized that these prettier, smarter, more successful people have their own bag of bullshit. And I'm sorry to cuss. Sorry. I realized pretty quickly that the people you're threatened by tend to have their own bag of bullshit that they have to deal with, that they're threatened by. You know what I mean? So I'm not really threatened by anybody. And I encourage you to do the same. Focus on what you're doing. Don't focus on what anybody else is doing. And congratulate people who are doing well. Congratulate your friends if they're being successful and winning at life. Do those things. I promise you, it ends up being better off for you long run than being threatened by somebody else. Ain't no woman gonna come in here and steal my man. I can promise you that. Ain't nobody gonna love me and parent my baby more than me, better than me. Promise you that. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not threatened by anybody. Nobody is me and I am not them. And in order for me to be threatened by someone, I'd have to think less of myself, and I don't. I think pretty highly of myself. Isn't that weird? I feel like that's something that is kind of controversial, is to like think very highly of yourself, or like to be confident. I think it's super important to think highly of yourself and to be confident in who you are and what you're doing. It's the only way I've found success, is to think you're the shit and don't let anybody tell you different. You have said, oh, I don't want to answer that. You have said you don't talk to your bio dad a few times. Can you say why? If not, I'm sorry. The short of it, I don't talk to my biological father because he chose a whole different life and family over his own flesh and blood. That's why. And I'm better off without him, to be honest with you. I'm better off not having all of the things that come along with him in my life. I'm very blessed to have his extended family, his siblings, and all of them still be in my life. And I love my aunts and uncles, and they're great to me, and my daughter, and I'm thankful for them. But as far as he goes, he's pretty, yeah. He chose his path, but I don't wish him ill. I don't wish him a bad life. I wish him well. I hope he lives his best life without his biological child. I for one, as a parent, can't even imagine. But at the same time, he's also a human, and I'm a human, and as humans, we're not perfect, and we make mistakes, and sometimes we don't react well, and we don't do things the way that you think somebody should do something. So yeah, he chose a different life, and that's okay. And he's not a bad person. He's not a bad guy. He's just not a good dad, and that's okay. To me, he's not a good dad to me, and that's fine. But he's not a bad person, so that's what I say. He chose a different life, and it took me a couple years to like get over the grief of that and to like move on, but pretty good place now. So I've never really talked about it in detail. I never wanted to bring attention to it too much. I've had a couple moments where I'm like, it's just sad. Yeah, but that's that on that. I never really did want to talk about it because there's people attached to his life that live for drama, sis, and I have zero patience or tolerance for that. So I don't usually bring it up, but that's why. Tea. But overall, like I said before, I wish him and his family and all the people that he has in his surrounded area, I wish them nothing but success and happiness and a good life. I truly do. I hope they're all living their best life over there. I hope they really are. I know I am. Wish people well, even if they don't wish you well, wish them well. And then say sayonara. How do you do it? I find it so hard to stay on a diet for even a whole day. Good question. Sometimes I don't, a lot of times I don't. I find if I stay super busy, which I'm a busy person naturally, like I have a lot of going on, events. I put my hands into a lot of things to stay busy. The busier I am, the less I eat and the less I want to eat and go off track and all those things. So I would say the way I do it is to stay super, super, super busy, and then I don't have time to think about my next meal or like eating and stuff like that. When I have idle time, that's when I eat bad, and that's when I make poor food decisions, or you know what I mean? So I would say my biggest suggestion is to stay super busy. That's how I do it. And sometimes I don't do it, and that's okay too. You know what I mean? Like I had to come to the conclusion also that like I'm so much more than losing weight. Like I'm always on a journey, and I want to be better, and I want to be healthy, and I want to stick around for my kid. But I am more than like losing weight as well, and sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't do it. Have you ever met someone from YouTube or Instagram in person and they aren't who they seem to be online? The tea! Yes and no. I think to a point. Everybody on social media pretty much gives you their best version, you know what I mean, of themselves, even me. So I would say I haven't met anybody where you're like, oh my gosh, you're nothing like who you are on camera or in your videos. Yeah, pretty much everybody I met's the same, I think. Y'all really trying it. Have you ever wished Ella had a sibling? Recently, I have been having super bad baby fever and like wanting a baby and like having that really nurturing motherly instinct to like have a child right now. So yes, I have. I don't know if she ever will. I also got a question about like, do you want more kids? Like, I think I do, and I'm gonna figure that out over time. I think I want another baby, but sometimes I don't. So it just really, I'd have to just get pregnant like I did the first time and just deal with it. You know what I mean? So we're not actively trying to have a baby, but I do have the feelings of kind of wanting one. So we'll see. We shall see. Who knows? But I do wish that Ella did have somebody, because I'm an only child and John's an only child. And I think it'd be super special for her to have somebody in her life forever, you know? Girl, you're brave to solicit questions like this. So my juicy question would be, how much money, oh wow, how much money would you have to make from YouTube before John will quit his job? I'm not allowed to tell you like how much money I'd have to make in order for him to like leave his job. I will say more than I'm making right now, but not so much more that it's not in the nearer future. I think what I'm comfortable with is I would like to bring in enough money that would be double what he's making now. Like, so basically I'd have an income and like I want to match whatever he's making, and then also make more, because he also gets really good benefits, you guys, of this job and health and insurance and all those things. So I'd probably have to make like comfortably almost double what I'm making now in order for him to come home. Comfortably. For me to not super stress. Hopefully. Maybe someday. Who knows? What is your... Oh, we already did that one. What is your biggest fear in life? Have you ever been involved in YouTuber drama? If not, how do you avoid it? No, I've never been involved in YouTuber drama that I know of. How do I avoid it is I don't hang out with people who have YouTuber drama. I didn't even, honestly, I didn't even know YouTuber drama was a thing. I think, and then the same person asked, have you experienced shade or hate from others in your social media community? Not directly to me. Not that I've seen. You know what? I have people in my life who've been pretty shady and say shady stuff to me or indirectly to me. But like I always say, when people do stuff like that, I kind of just feel sorry for them. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, you really don't feel good about yourself, sis. You really don't. And I kind of shake it off, and then typically it blows over. But like, I've never really experienced any super amount of hate or shade or anybody. All the influencers that I've come in contact with have been really, really good to me and kind and nice and loving and sweet and nice. Have I mentioned nice? I haven't had any YouTube drama. Knock on wood. Maybe this will be the video that starts the YouTube drama. I have no desire to have YouTube drama, period. End story. I have no patience for it. I honestly, when it comes down to stuff like that, drama is only whatever you feed into it. There can't be drama if you're not feeding into it. I mean, somebody else could have a bunch of drama and you're just like, wow, with you. But if you're not feeding into it, then this kind of doesn't exist. So my theory is don't feed into people's BS and just like, I don't know. I just avoid it because I don't have time to fight or have drama with or argue or anything with anybody at all. Like, I have no time, and it's shocking to me that anybody does, because like we all have kids, like most of us have kids and lives and jobs and pets and a home and a house or whatever, that you're so many other things to focus on. Why in the world would you want to take your energy and put it towards being mean or having drama with somebody? Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. But I've avoided it pretty well, I'd say, over a year and a half, and I intend to avoid it for as long as I can. I refuse to feed into that stuff. So those are the juicy questions. A lot of you guys had all questions about my SEX life, and it's crazy and it's so funny. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's the way I worded the question, like, ask me your juiciest question, but to me that was like, you know, like the YouTuber questions and stuff like that. Just know John and I are happily married and we're living a really good life. Okay? So if I didn't go into detail on those questions for you, I'm sorry. That's just not what I'm going to do here. But we're good, and I hope you guys are good. And thank you so much for asking me questions and like sitting down and talking to me about stuff like this. I hope I answered it okay. I hope you know me a little bit better than you already do, even though I'm pretty like, I talk so much on this channel. Like, you guys know me. You know who I am. You know what I'm doing here. But if you have any other questions, leave them down below. Maybe I'll answer them in a future Q&A, juicy Q&A, and let's leave the SEX out of it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next vlog. I love you all. It's a great day. It's a great life. We are all living a great life. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.